Luke, how's it going?
Hello, mate. I thought it was
How
you.
are you? You good?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Can't complain. If I
How you
did, no one
been?
would listen anyway. So
Ain't that the truth?
that's it,
What's
mate.
happening, bro? How can I help you, bro?
Mate, I know we spoke a while back about all this stuff. I think it was on
Yeah,
WhatsApp a long while ago.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, things have moved on, and listen, my long term was always to start a property portfolio.
yeah,
Sort of moving and grooving in that way now.
yeah,
And for me, I, I'd rather get involved with someone that can basically strip away all of the downfall as well. I know the variations in the market, but I mean in terms of the acquiring, the sourcing,
yeah,
all
yeah,
that jazz. You know it, you've done it. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why
Of
I reached out because I'm like, I only want to do that with someone that I have some form of connection with or
of
contact.
course. It's
I, you
scary
know,
out there as well. There's all sorts of jokers out there. You never know who's.
oh mate, yeah, like I say, we're we're developing now, and
Yeah,
I've had to learn the hard way
yeah,
through
yeah,
dealing with people you don't know and this and that, and things that have gone wrong and gone
yeah,
right,
yeah,
etc. But
yeah.
when it comes to the portfolio building side of stuff,
Mm.
I thought let me reach out, just have a chat,
Yeah, yeah, of course, bro.
see where the land lies,
Yeah,
get some recommendation off you, and then kind of just start the ball rolling.
yeah, yeah. No,
Take a
100%,
bit of
bro.
action and see who's who and what's what really.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
perfect sense, bro.
yeah,
So, when you say portfolio building, what you looking to do? Buy some buy-to-lets, is it?
yeah. Well, obviously, I looked. I don't really go on Instagram and that now, but I hunted you down on there, and I know you're doing the whole rent to rent stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
If I'm honest, I think for me, I'm not particularly in a rush for. I want it'd be nice to be having cash flow off of the
yeah. Of
properties, but for me, I want to build a portfolio that I own,
course.
and it'll be long term that
Yeah,
I'll probably never get rid of and pass it down to the kids,
yeah, yeah,
etc. All
yeah.
that jazz. That's my long term goal. So
Yeah.
I don't know whether rent to rent is for me. I may be
Hmm.
advised differently from you, but
Hmm.
I think with the way I'm set up at the minute, with the
Yeah,
work that we do,
yeah.
I've got some capital, a small bit of capital start up
Hmm.
that I can put in, but I've
Hmm.
also got access through our business that I can leverage
Yeah, yeah,
to put into my own personal portfolio. So
yeah. Makes sense.
I've got all these things tearing around in my head.
Hmm.
I just don't know where to put them.
I got ya. I got ya. All right, makes
Yeah, yeah,
sense, bro. Well, if you're not in a massive rush for like the cash flow element of it, then I'd say rent to rent is maybe something you could explore later on down the line if you felt like you needed it.
yeah,
That is just the best way to make some cash flow more immediately with minimal capital outlay, basically.
yeah.
Like 5, 10 grand, that sort of figure. Put it in
Okay,
to one or two deals, make back 900, a grand per unit, you know.
yeah,
So it's a good way to replace your income. But if you're not in a massive rush to do that, then and you sounds like you're busy anyway, because it does take a bit more time in terms of like buy to let is very simple in it. You just put your money in and you just wait and you be patient and rent it out and get the income and it goes up over time. Whereas rent to rent, you've got to do a fair bit of outreach,
yeah,
marketing, sales, these types of things. So it's a bit more time intensive. Most of our students are doing sort of 2 hours a day roughly, in terms of like
yeah.
work. So you'd have to find that time. But if you've got money sitting there, more than sort of around the 30 grand mark,
Hmm.
you can access those funds. Then I would definitely advise you to lay that first brick well and just buy like a good vanilla buy to let somewhere, you know?
Yeah, because I was looking at obviously seeing some of the bits you do. So my first reaction is like going north,
Yeah, yeah.
going yeah,
Good
uh,
idea.
yeah, because obviously trying to do that the buy to lets around London is just mental,
It's yeah,
and yeah,
it's too capital intensive and the returns
yeah,
aren't great.
yeah. But I was going to say, how would that look with like working with yourself on that side of stuff?
Yeah,
Uh, say like, I'm not lazy, but I just want ease of just
of
moving
course.
without
Yeah, yeah.
trying navigating the pitfalls. I want to
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
right. If you say to me, right, then you need to acquire within the next month, or
Yeah.
pull out this amount in the next month
Yeah.
for us to start doing this.
Yeah.
I need a if I've got a plan, then I can go
Hmm.
right. Luke, I've got the money sitting there.
Hmm.
What do we do? Obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
then obviously you know work
Makes
with you
perfect
on.
sense, bro. So At the minute, we're not doing sourcing at the minute just because we're too busy with the other bits and bobs.
Yeah.
But we do have like a mentoring package, which is basically it's free Zoom calls where we go deep on like doing a bit of research, maybe shortlisting a few properties. I'll get you to either view them or send someone to go and view them.
Yeah.
And then we put some offers in, bro. It's
It's
quite a
as
quick
simple as that. Yeah.
program. Yeah. We're going to shortlist about around 5 to 10 properties. Some of them probably someone else will buy, will miss out on, but
Hmm.
we'll offer on a few of them, and hopefully we'll get one. You know,
Yeah.
and then I'll show you how to rent it out, and we'll go from there. Obviously, we'll be speaking on WhatsApp. We'll probably speak once every couple of weeks on Zoom. First call will just be shortlisting a few good houses in decent areas. Probably will be up north, either the
Yeah.
northwest or northeast. And then it'll be a case of either sending someone to go and view them on your behalf, or
Mm.
trying to get up there yourself and viewing them.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'm like I say, as busy as we are, my days are flexible, so
Yeah, I think
I
you should.
can.
I think you should go
Yeah,
and
I'd
look at
rather
it
see
yourself.
stuff myself. Yeah.
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 We're not looking at fixer uppers, mind. We're looking at sort
No.
of like 7, 8 out of 10 condition houses. Like the one I
Yeah.
just bought yesterday is it's going to need about 5 grand spent on it to bring it up to standard.
Yeah.
And we got it for 95, and I've got two more on the same road, and one's just been valued at 115, and it's literally identical to the one I've just bought for 95. So there's definitely some opportunities at the moment between like what the estate agents are marketing the properties
Yep.
at and what they're selling for versus like what the banks are actually valuing them at. And what we're
Yep.
finding right now at the minute is that the banks are valuing them a bit more. It almost tells us a bit more about where the market's going over the
What's
next year
coming?
or
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely a good time to get in, mate. You can
Yeah.
get something for a good price, 100,
Correct me if I'm wrong. My plan was obviously jumping on one, but then just reinvent that wheel with refinancing it out,
Yeah, yeah,
using that house to then get the next
yeah,
one, get the next one,
yeah, yeah,
and if along the way, like when we pull dividends out of our projects and that,
yeah, yeah,
I'll pump a bit more into
yeah. That's
another
the way,
one or
bro.
whatever it is. Yeah. So
That's the way. That's the way. I mean, obviously, there's all these sort of buy, refurbish, refinance models that people push on Instagram, and you see all that sort of put
yeah,
buy a 50 grand house. We've done that, right? But it was just quite tedious dealing with the builders. I mean, you know yourself, like
yeah.
they're
Trust
not
me.
they're not
I've just
business.
finished. I've just finished a call where I've been having a row. So yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
it's too much, mate. It's too much.
Yeah.
From a business perspective, they just don't communicate very well, and
No.
projects go on longer than you'd like them to, and the cost of labor and the cost of
Yeah.
materials, it just proves to be a little bit inefficient from a business perspective compared to buying the ones that are pretty much ready to be rented. You might
Yeah.
spend a few weeks tightening them up, but you get them back on the market. The rental market's crazy at the moment. You're gonna have
Yeah.
20 people queuing up to rent it straight away. You pick the best ones with the best jobs, lawyers, dentists, solicitors, those types of people,
Yeah.
engineers, and you're getting the income straight away.
Yeah. Nice, mate. Sounds perfect. I suppose, like I say, I was reaching out more just to get a guide on financially where I
Mm.
need to be to start, just so I can get my ducks in a row and not
Yeah, of
waste
course,
time.
of course.
And then pretty much just seeing if there was a model you do just to hand holding really
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
rocking and
yeah,
rolling.
yeah, certainly, bro. That
And
is what we
yeah,
do, man. We definitely
yeah,
do offer that. As I said, it doesn't take too long. Once you've got your capital there, we also do have a mortgage broker you can use
yeah,
if you haven't got one. And yeah, you just get access to me, and I basically hold your hand, like you say,
yeah,
and just give you a second opinion on it, basically, and get it done.
yeah. And I was to say with the way I'm set up, it's all good like buying through a limited company, all that
Yeah,
jazz. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Because I
yeah,
say with the way we're set up is we've got the business that runs the development stuff, but then I've got my own business
yeah,
which we've set up as sort of a group. So
yeah.
it's like an investment portal. So all of my dividends and that go into there.
Okay,
But I can then I've got it already set up that I can hold assets in it
okay. You can
as
hold
well.
assets.
So yeah, yeah, the accountant set it all up so that we can do that as
Yeah.
well.
Perfect. Well, then that would be the
Yeah,
vehicle you'd use to buy. In that structure, that's how we buy them. We buy them in a limited company now. We have
yeah,
bought some in our own name, but it's more tax efficient to buy them as a company now. So that's what we've been doing. It's more tax efficient and it's just easier. You might have to pay a little bit more on the mortgage in terms of interest compared
yeah,
to like if it was in your personal. But it still makes much more sense to do it that way around.
yeah,
You might pay a little bit more in solicitor costs, maybe like 500 quid more just because it's a limited company structure and blah blah blah. They might get you to be a personal guarantee as well. On some
Yep,
of the lenders are doing that in a minute. I've got a call on Friday with one, but again, that's not an
mate.
issue. The
Yeah,
house is security. Do you know what I mean?
I think I've put my name to so many
Yeah,
projects at the minute that if
yeah.
anyone comes after me, someone's got to run quicker than the other person.
Yeah, well, that's where the football comes in, isn't it? You better get on
That's
the ones
it.
and twos, mate.
Yeah. As I'm still training, keeping the dad bod off.
You got to keep sharp, bro. You got to keep sharp. You never know when you got to be on your ones and twos, bro.
Yeah. No, mate. Yeah, it sounds wicked. Like I say, I know roughly how it all works, but I just
Yeah,
like I say, I don't want to try and be a superhero and do it all on my own. I'd rather just work with someone that
yeah,
knows,
yeah. Of
and we
course,
just crack on and be efficient, really.
of course.
Um,
The more the interest rate keeps creeping down, it will start to get quite busy.
yeah,
And you'll have a lot more competition when the families come back in, with those
exactly. Yeah,
prices. But at the minute, it seems to just be investors that are looking. Like I would never have got that one for 5 grand less than what it was on for. It was up for 100, and I got it for 95.
yeah,
But a year ago, that wouldn't have been the case. So
yeah.
it's good
No,
time.
no. Yeah, I've been watching it, and like I say, the stuff that we do, we can see how the market's shifted on the developments we're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was like, even if I'm not fully ready, I've got to jump now because
yeah,
otherwise, if I miss this boat, at least get a couple under my belt so that
yeah,
you're ahead of schedule,
bro.
pretty
It's
much. Yeah,
it's 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 the earlier you get in, the better you're going to get to profit from the appreciation. Like
yeah,
I think you could be in for a real nice surprise come sort of next year where the prices do shoot up. Just because I mean,
mm,
if you look at some of the banks, they're looking at like sort of 3% by the end of the year, 3.5 ish. Some
yeah,
of them, Barclays are expecting that. And I think as soon as they drop that interest rate, it's going to go through the roof. It's going to be similar to how it was in COVID, where
yeah,
sort of 2021, around that sort of period where everything just started booming.
mm,
Some of
yeah,
the areas in Northeast, I've got down 29% appreciation to 2028. That's what Savills are
well,
predicting.
yeah,
So if you put, say, 30 grand in now to one, by 2028, maybe even sooner, you're quite likely to be able to get that whole 30 grand back out
yeah,
and get another one. And then whenever you can pull 30 grand out of the businesses,
yeah,
just buy another one
yeah.
and it will
Keep
just
going.
start to compound.
Yeah, perfect. No, it sounds wicked, mate. I'm excited to get something going, but
Good.
just not like a scattergun like I normally do
Nah,
stuff.
nah, 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 nah. I mean,
No,
look,
that's my personality. That's what I
yeah,
mean. I'll just go
no,
flying in.
that's what I'm like as well, bro. I mean, you got to have an element of that. But like, I think over the years we've refined it. Like we've made quite a lot of mistakes. So now, hopefully, you guys that are working with us, you get to benefit from those mistakes that we made, and then we don't make them
Yeah,
with you. So we can just go straight to the point and
yeah,
just get some good quality terraced houses. If there's somewhere to park, even better. Two up, two down. If we can get another room downstairs, great. If that would be ideal. But if they're just two up, two downs, they work as well. Little outside
yeah,
space, quarter mile from schools, quarter mile from transport links, train stations, etc. And
yeah,
you're going to be fine.
yeah. No, sounds wicked, mate.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
All right,
your
bro.
music to my ears. Yeah, you've said everything that I thought you was going to say. Like I said, I
Good.
just wanted to. It's one of them. Got to take action, isn't it? Just
Yeah, yeah, you got
it
it, bro. You got it
yeah,
because money sitting around, it's not doing much. If it's not working for you in a development or an
yeah.
investment or a business, what's it doing? Do you know what I mean? It's just eroding because of the
Yeah.
inflation.
I'll tell you what the trigger as well was like being in the development world. We obviously run on back end profit. That's just
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah,
and the lot like COVID and etc. You find yourself like sitting there with no income for like a few months and you're
yeah,
surviving. And
yeah,
like the paydays are great. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong.
When they come,
When they come, I was
mm,
like, I can't be living like with 3 kids now. I was like, I can't
yeah,
be
nah, you need
pushing them. I was like, now I've got to start building that second portfolio. So
passive income in between.
yeah, shit hits the fan.
Yeah,
You're sweet, but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so yeah, it's time to make some moves
yeah,
separately
bro.
away from the business. Yeah,
That makes perfect sense. I mean, like that mortgage that I've just got, it's like 190 a month, and the house is going to rent out for 725.
that's
So we
mad.
should make 500, and that's from like 100 grand a house.
That's
So how
crazy,
many
isn't it?
how many of them do you need? Five, six? Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, covering your bills off, you're done, ain't you?
You're covering, you know, you can go
Yeah,
and sit on the beach, and if when the development money comes, it comes, you know what I mean? If
mate,
it don't,
that's the plan. Yeah, yeah.
have another cocktail, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just chill out. Yeah, wait for
Yeah,
the big
bro.
payday.
Yeah, bro. I think
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense. That's a perfect balance, man. If you can have that
yeah,
passive income coming in and then the lump sums coming in from the developments, and that's
yeah.
a best great position to be in, isn't it?
That's the goal, mate. That is it. Yeah.
Let's get it
All
done
right.
then.
Nice one. Love it, mate. Cheers for your time. And
No worries, man. Look out for the email.
yeah, we'll do. All right, mate.
Yep.
Wicked.
Good man, Dean,
Cool.
bro. Enjoy the
Um,
rest of your day, bro.
yeah, good to see you again, mate. And I'll
You
catch you
too,
soon.
mate. Yes, mate.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.